Hello everybody, it's Scary here and I'm back with another Paragon deck build and gameplay video today. I'm going with Lieutenant Belica because she seems to be the support or the mid laner that everyone wants at the moment, especially after watching the Paragon Competitive League or the Paragon Competitive weekend that was, I think, last weekend or the weekend before. I can't remember who played Belica as a support, but they were amazing and now everyone is playing Belica, so thought I'd make a build and see what I can do with it. So the affinities that I've gone with are knowledge and order, just for tactical playstyle and to support the rest of the team. If I play Belica in mid lane, she's not going to be supportive early on or very early on, but towards the mid game and late game she's going to be more of a support, so that's why I've gone with order. So the first card is Advanced Evolution, restore 5% max health and 5% max mana per second for 3 seconds after leveling up. This really helps to get your mana and health up once you've leveled, especially early game. It's really good because you're leveling up quite often, so that's a good card to have. Next one, Font of Experience, gain 4 experience every 10 seconds, really helps to get up ahead on levels, that card. Next one, it's always difficult to tell, it's only got a little shine there, so it's difficult to tell which card you've chosen. But anyway, next one, Supply Sergeant, restore 125 mana to nearby allies. So this is a really heavy mana build. This, she uses a lot of her abilities, so you need a lot of mana in there. Not much damage, especially basic damage, but she doesn't tend to use that much anyway, so really heavy mana build. Next card, Protective Sentry, place a shadow ward to reveal nearby enemies. I thought instead of using that one, which costs 300 gold every time, I'd need wards on my build constantly, because the games that I played there's no vision at all. Keep this in the build all the time, it's so good, and it gives you 84% mana regen. It's a really good one to use. Next card, Soldier of Fortune, destroy target minion and gain 150 bonus gold and 30 experience. So you're always building up your gold and your experience with this. Also gives 100 mana and 40% mana regen, so it's a really good card for Belica, that. Next one, Gates of Salvation, 80% mana regen, 25 ability armor, perfect card for Belica. Heal nearby allies for 225 health every 45 seconds. So into mid game when you're joining your team in team fight and things like that, this is a really good card to heal them. Get that in your deck just to support the rest of your team, vital for a support or a mid laner. Next one, Malink's Prayer, rallying shout, heal nearby allies for 275 health, more or less the same as that. You're just healing your allies. It also gives 24 basic armor to other allies for 20 seconds, so much the same as that card, but this one gives the basic armor, so it's a really good support card. Next one, Stagnant Dominion, ability damage, slows enemy move speed by 150 for 1 second. So when you're going to stun one of your enemies or use the bomb, this will slow them as well. So they're going to be stunned, then slowed, so you're going to get a really good chance to end them with all that damage. So get that one in your deck. Next one, Ability Armor. So this is where your damage is, ability damage, sorry. This is where your damage is coming into it. Ability damage is increased by 10%. So this is late game, you're going to be doing a lot of damage. Also gives 17 power and 145 mana. So as well as giving you some ability damage, you're getting a lot more mana as well. Really good card, that, for all casters, I would say. Next one, Cryo Agent. After using an ability, your next basic attack will deal 125 ability damage in an area and slow the move speed of targets hit. So again, you're slowing your enemy down. You're doing a load of damage to the enemy using this, but this is for late game when you're building into agility. So it's a good card, but only late game, I would say, because you're not going to build much into agility. Well, 5 isn't that much, but I would have thought you'd build more into vitality and intellect than agility, but it's a really good card for late game. Next one is Sleeper Agent, silence target enemy for 3 seconds, the target takes 15 increased damage. So it's a really good card with people like Countess. You can silence that ult straight away, so keep that on your deck, and then if you have a Countess against you, really good for people like that and anyone that's going to do an ultimate like that. Next one is Black Ice Routine, deal 250 ability damage to nearby enemies and apply a 250 move speed slow for 3 seconds. So as you can see, a lot of the cards are going to slow the enemy down, because as a support or a mid laner, you want to get your team into the team fight, doing as much damage, and with this slow, it's going to help them to do the damage over time. So keep these sort of cards in this deck. Really good card, that. And that's the deck. Lots of mana, lots of slowing down the enemy. I think it's a really good build. Played it a few times and I've done a lot of damage, especially going into late game, so really works. Let's get into the gems. No agility there, as you can see. Got 1 vitality, gain 2.2 health regen and 1.2 mana regen while near structures. And then into intellect, it's a full build because you want all that mana. Auto mana potion, gain 2.5 mana regen. Deadly mana, killing an enemy minion increases mana by 2. Spell burn, abilities deal bonus damage equal to 2% of enemy current health over 3 seconds. Ruthless spells deal an additional 1% ability damage for every 10% of enemy heroes missing health. Really good one, that. You'll see how much the ability damage goes up once you've got this gem. It's a really good one. And amplify aura, nearby enemy units take 10% increased ability damage. So it's all built around the mana regen, the mana, and ability damage. So some really good gems in there. That's the build. As usual, you can pause it here to take a look at the cards and the gems that I've got. I really enjoy playing Belica. She's such an annoying enemy to come up against with that stun and the bomb. If she stuns you and then uses the bomb, you know you're pretty much dead, especially if you're going to build into a really heavy damage Belica. But I really like this build. As usual, let me know what you think of this deck, if you enjoyed the video as well. Hopefully I'm at 300 subs by now. I think last time I looked I was at 298, so keep subbing to the channel. Really appreciate the support that I've had, and you'll see a lot more deck builds and guides in the future. I'm also going to start a new series of random builds. So for instance, I could do a damage Belica, or maybe even a death Belica with invisibility, so you can go into the shadow plane and stun people, things like that. Maybe a tank, I don't know, a tank Gideon, something like that, unexpected. Just a thought. I'll be doing it with a 5 stack, so you know they won't mind if the builds don't work. But anyway, keep an eye out for that new series. Got some gameplay at the end of the video. Hope you enjoy it. It's some really good gameplay of Belica early games, so keep an eye out for new videos in the future. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.